Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the Hobby Collab. Today I'm joined with my host, Hobby Collab Logo, and Hobby Collab Nova Reveal Banner. It's just me today. Zach and Meg are out at Nova, so I guess they're in the future. Oh, am I echoing? Sorry about that. I know if that's...
There we go. No more echo? Give me a thumbs up if I'm not echoing anymore. So Zach and Meg are out. They are at Nova, and because Nova's in the future, they've already seen these reveals. So if they could do us a solid and maybe just tell us what's going on. But look, just because we're party people, Zach and Meg aren't here to weigh us down. We're gonna do some fun games tonight. The real crazy party game that everyone loves is bingo. So we're going to do bingo. You guys like bingo? Oh, thank you, Liberty, for the 5 gifted memberships. Look, we got to get through this quick because the preview stream is already starting. So look, we got to get this stuff done quick. All right. This is what our bingo card is. We got, starting from the left, didn't see that coming. So this is going to be things like, okay, something completely out of left field, no one would have guessed, we would have seen it. That's probably like the highest. That's the most important card right there. That's the one we want the most. The old world is mentioned, but no release date shown. Yeah, that sounds about right. Look, long shot, Emperor's Children. I wish. I'm not holding out hope, but a boy can dream. I think there's a non-zero chance we could get a Lightning Geist. If you don't know what that is, that's like a Stormcast Soul guy. I don't know. Sounds like it could be possible. We are supposed to be getting a bunch of Stormcast reveals today. Blood Bowl 4 or Blood Bowl AOS. I don't think this is actually realistic. I'm pretty sure Blood Bowl 3 just came out, so who knows. But Blood Bowl AOS, maybe. Who knows? Stormcast Dreadnought. This is the one I keep saying. I'm trying to manifest it. You guys gotta help me. We got if we all pray about it, we can maybe make it happen. I'm getting that. If you see a model and you're like, I'm getting that. So, what's an instant buy? That's what I'm getting that is. This was suggested by Umi. If a host asks another host a surprise question as if this isn't scripted. I don't know. These are pre-recorded, not pre-recorded, but these are all scripted things, so I don't know. Unicorn. Meg told me that I have to put a unicorn on here. I don't know where we'd possibly see that, but sure, Meg. Chaos Dwarfs. Oh, thank you, Soups, for the 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate it. It's a great way to support the channel. Chaos Dwarfs. Unlikely, but again, we can hope, right? Something that seems to be happening a lot lately is swing and a miss. This is something. This is Blood Angels. I don't need to explain any further than that. Stormcast cosplay as a Space Marine. The last group of Stormcast we got were just fake Black Templars or Black Templars cosplay. Oh, thank you, Chris, for the gifted membership. Man, you guys are on fire tonight. I guess you guys really like bingo. Stormcast cosplaying as Space Marines. I feel like that's pretty likely. I'm hoping for salamanders, because I like salamanders. Stormcast stealing from the chaos again. Look, they already stole our chariots. They already stole our dragons. They stole our manticore. They got to stop. Someone's got to stop these Stormcast. This is BS. Another one from Umi. Have y'all heard of this Space Marine 2 game? As if it's not already on pre-order. Stormcast Terrain. Now, this one's actually, I feel like, maybe likely. If I'm correct, I don't believe Stormcast have terrain. They used to have a specific piece of terrain, but then it went to generic terrain. So, and how do they not already have that? This is for Horus Heresy specifically. If any Heresy fans out there might know, oh, we didn't get our Assault Marines until months until the game was out. So, I don't know how they didn't already have that at the launch. So this was specifically for Heresy. Please have bingo in all streams moving forward. Actually, I got called out already. Bingo's actually 5. I think it's a 5x5. This is 4x4, so I'm already failing at bingo, so sorry. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? What would you put on your bingo card? Also, this bingo card's on the Discord if you want. And the way it works is if we get a bingo card, right? Oh, this is gonna look bad for a second. Hold on, let me fix this. If there's a free moment during the stream, we'll come back to the bingo card, and if it's appropriate, we'll put a little mouse on it, right? Stormcast from Chaos again, likely. There we go. That's our X. We don't have X's, we have mice. So this is how we're gonna mark it. But like they haven't done it yet. We just know it's gonna happen. All right. So we are waiting on this stream to start. It should be starting pretty soon. What time is it? 8 minutes. We got time. We got time. We're gonna go over and look at. Okay, guys, what is this? They got their Final Fantasy in my Warhammer. This looks like Cloud Sword, right? This is Cloud Sword. Is this what we're getting? I don't know if he'd be overpowered or underpowered. Gun swords I can see, but Buster Sword I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I think this is probably. What do you guys think? Grey Knight? Grey Knight? Maybe a Grey Knight Paladin thing? Not Paladin. Grey Knight, like the glaives they have. It looks a little too angular. Honestly, I don't know what this could be. This doesn't feel like anything I've seen before. Yeah, definitely an Order faction. I wonder if this is like flipped upside down and we're like looking at something that's like hanging or something. Or maybe it's just a crystal. I don't know. I wonder if we'll see this in tonight's reveal show. You know. Yeah, I'm not super sure, but I don't know. I was also looking at this while we're waiting for the show to start. Some old world almanac stuff. Man, look at the chaos art. I mean, old art is so good, man. I mean, the new art's good too, but this is just, I don't know. I love this. I wonder if there's a, you know, I think they used to put out art books for fantasy, and I'm wondering if they'll ever do it for AOS, because this is some good stuff. Looks like they're hyping up Azavar Cool. I wonder if we'll see, oh my god, that's so badass. Wait, what is this? Is that not a... I don't know why. I thought this was a Chaos Space Marine. I thought they got confused, but I guess not. There's no backpack, huh? Well, I'm excited. Oops. All right. That's it. We're gonna hop over to the Twitch chat. Make sure we're all set for when that starts. All right. Hold on. I gotta go. I gotta make it look good though. All right. There we go. All right. Then we go back to OBS. There we go. Twitch watch along. Pretty, right? All right. Oh, I need to turn the sound on, huh? All right. You guys hear it? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear the stream. I've been looking at Maggotkin stuff. Thoughts? Oh, also, let me know if this is too loud. Oh, never mind. Guys, it's starting. Shut up.
Hi, my name is Adam. Welcome to the Nova Preview Show. Today's show is going to be a little different to our usual previews. Instead of focusing specifically on upcoming miniatures, we're going to be giving you a little insight into the future of loads of your favourite games and settings. We'll even be joined by some of the talented people from the Warhammer studio to give you the inside scoop. So, whether you're a fan of the grim darkness of Warhammer 40,000, a daring traveller in the mortal realms of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, or you're engaged in any of our other settings, prepare to be delighted. Let's dive right in.
Chaos Dwarfs. Wait, does this count? We had Chaos Dwarfs on the... Wait, I don't think this really counts as Chaos. Okay, fine. We got Chaos Dwarves, but this is kind of This is not what I meant. Oh, it looks good though.
Hi, welcome back everyone. I'm joined now by Jay and Dan, and we're going to talk about those amazing Chaos Dwarfs that we just saw. This is quite an exciting moment. Loads of new things that even though I'm familiar with Blood Bowl and with Chaos Dwarfs, I'm not familiar with what they are. So maybe you can talk us through them. Dan, lots of hobgoblins going on.
Yes, so we've thankfully got the return of the Hobgoblin lineman, the humble Hobgoblin lineman, there to do all of the less interesting parts of Blood Bowl as far as the Chaos Dwarves are concerned. Get punched, move the ball around the field, that kind of thing. But we've also got a new Chaos Dwarf positioner. We've got the Hobgoblin Sneaky Stabber, and they fulfill the role of sort of hired cutmen and assassins. So they're going to follow important players around and stick the knife in when they're not looking.
Amazing, awesome. That's an exciting opportunity to see something new for the Hobgoblins that have purely just been there to get punched and
yeah, it gives a chance for the Hobgoblins to find a little bit of the limelight. You know, they're never going to outstage the Chaos Dwarves themselves,
yeah,
but
I think we just
sometimes
knocked out a bunch.
Goblins have great designs of grandeur and this ideal of them becoming stars of Blood Bowl, but we know who the stars of Blood Bowl are, and when it comes to the Chaos Dwarf teams, it's the Chaos Dwarfs.
Speaking of the Chaos Dwarfs then, Jay, two different types of Chaos Dwarfs within the set, by the look of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got the classic Chaos Dwarf blocker. They are back and badder than ever. Some lovely new miniatures, big hats, horns.
I mean, we're starting Blood Bowl soon. I wish these would have come out
already. There's also
already.
the Chaos Dwarf Flamesmiths,
I got Blood Bowl literally sitting right here.
which they'll drink to.
This is regular Chaos. Oh.
To spit fire at their opposition. Something, you know, the Chaos Dwarves, they love their fire. It's a big thing for them, but it gives them a chance to potentially knock down opposition players, even injure them. But there's also that chance that maybe they drink a little bit too much, it goes a little bit wrong, and it might engulf them in flame instead. So we've got your two different types of Chaos Dwarf through that as well.
Incredible. So all of those four positions, they're what you find within the forthcoming plastic kit. And then I also saw a horror from my childhood. I remember getting mauled by a bull centaur. My friend Henry used to play on me all the time, and the bull centaur is back.
That's horrible.
Yes, the Bull Centaur is back in new Forge World resin kit. There's 2 miniatures in the kit, absolutely stunning miniatures, and any Chaos Dwarf player worth their salt is going to want to pick these up alongside the plastic box to add a little bit more punch and a bit more speed to their Chaos Dwarf roster.
Incredible.
Looks so badass.
So
this makes me want
speaking
them
of
in AOS
sort of that
so
punch
bad.
and speed, there's obviously some new tactics in the offing for the Chaos Dwarf team. Jay, what can we expect to see from the Chaos Dwarfs on the gridiron?
Yeah, so we've taken the opportunity not just to update the miniatures, but also update the skills and the tactics that you can use with them during the course of a game. So your Chaos Dwarf blockers feel very similar to how they used to.
I need to
but they also
hit the bingo sheet,
have
but
Ironhard skin,
I don't
as
wanna
all
miss
Chaos Dwarfs
anything.
now do. And that is
I guess
a
we'll just
chance
do
for us to
bingo at the
update
end.
that mutation and that skill from the core book, make it more useful, and it now allows your Chaos Dwarves to ignore any modifiers to their armor roll. So it's not just ignoring claws, it'll ignore Mighty Blow, anything like that as well. It's sort of to represent them sort of turning to stone slightly through the use of their dark magics. The Flamesmith is great for, like I said, you know, setting fire to people. Hopefully not themselves, but there's a chance for them to knock down opposition players. Your Sneaky Stabbers have got stab, so there's a good chance that they can run in, you know, take someone out with low armor, and then move on as well. But that's kind of how they play. They're very much still a punchy team up front. You've still got that little bit of speed with your Bull Centaurs and your Hobgoblins to score a few touchdowns. I think they're going to be a real terror on the gridiron, and I can't wait to see how people sort of take to them and put them across in leagues and tournaments.
Sounds awesome. As a die-hard halfling player back in the day, I've had too many horror stories of getting beaten up by Chaos Dwarfs, so this all sounds suitably frightening, and also relying on a tree man to punch all the Chaos Dwarfs is going to be less reliable than ever.
Look, I will start
Chaos
Dwarfs.
Okay, well, while I reel from that, all of this
there we go.
information is obviously contained in the new Spike
if
Journal,
we see Chaos Dwarves,
issue
it's
18.
I'm buying
Dan,
that
what
for
can we expect in the new Spike Journal?
So anyone who's read a Spike Journal before will know of all the usual fixtures. We'll have some background diving into what the Chaos Dwarves are in the world of Blood Bowl, and some famous teams that we've seen on the gridiron, including the infamous Hobgoblin team, for those fans who have been around for a while. We'll also see 3-star player spotlights covering some of the biggest names in Chaos Dwarf Blood Bowl, as well as I say, those returning fixtures. We've got a chat with the Rat, we've got an interview with Tatsina, so those usual fixtures that fans have come to love with Spike Magazine.
Thanks, Jay and Dan, for coming down and telling us all about the new Chaos Dwarfs. It's all really exciting. I can't wait to see them on the gridiron, although a little bit nervous. For the rest of us, we're going to come back in a moment in the Mortal Realms, where we're going to look at the aftermath of the Hellcrown with some new Stormcast Eternal releases.
Every second.
Hope has turned to ruin as the Skaven prove too strong for the noble Stormcast Eternals. Hellcrown may have fallen, but Sigmar's mighty warriors will soon return to save the mortal realms, reforged to fight another day.
Terrain. Saw that. Oh, that looks sick. Alright. Seen that already. We might get a bingo, y'all. All the terrain, so. Those are new, yeah. Those are new. Dig it. That's cool. Wait, are these new? I feel like some of these are. That's. Oh, whoa! Dude, that's sick. Holy crap, that's amazing. What is that?
Welcome back. I'm joined now by Matt and Phil from the Warhammer Age of Sigmar team to talk about the aftermath of the Hellcrown experience. Welcome, Matt. Welcome, Phil.
Thanks.
Lovely to have you join me. So, with the slaughter at Hellcrown concluded and the Skaven running roughshod across the city, we've got a chance to look at all the new Stormcast Eternal releases that are coming. I wonder if we can just start from the top and talk about the new Stormstrike Paladors.
These are epic cavalry. They're really fast. They hit hard. They have a certain way of essentially getting retribution for their fallen. So these are a counter-strike in a way, aren't
Yeah,
they?
absolutely. And this is really giving that kind of core, hard-hitting, heavy cavalry to the Stormcast Eternals. And as Phil said, you know, they have this kind of ride for vengeance, effectively. Whereas other warriors are falling, you know, they're really that second wave that's going to come smash through into the enemy. Devastating charge. They're really fun to use on the tabletop.
Or counter-charge if you spend the command points for it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're a really great late-game attack that will cinch victory for you.
That sounds amazing. And we also saw some fantastic character models. My favourite, I've always loved, the new Lord Relictor model.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, these go way back, don't they? I mean, we saw the first one back in the Realmgate Wars, Ionis Critborn. Essentially, the catalyst that formed these ruination chambers. The Lord Relictors are kind of like the spiritual guardians of the Stormcast, and so they have a profound effect on the warriors around them, and they're really pretty mean in a fight as well.
Yeah, and you know, they just give you that really great core, reliable priest unit. Priests obviously very, very powerful in the new edition of Age of Sigmar, the way that you can build up rituals over multiple turns. And this is kind of one of the strongest core infantry priest characters across almost any faction.
Sounds awesome. And I love all the sort of morbid imagery on them. It's so good.
Yeah, of course.
On a similar vein, there's a new Lord Terminus miniature. And what can you tell us about Lord Terminus and their role within the Stormcast Eternals?
Oh, you were right to say sort of morbid imagery. These guys are really the final point of of a lot of Stormcast journey. Happens very rarely, but these guys can occasionally set the Stormcast out away from their eternal curse of living, fighting, being reborn over and over again. But yes, they're also pretty good at taking off the enemy's heads with their two-handed axes as well, which is, I mean, that thing's going to leave a mark.
Oh, yeah. And you know, fun to use and nice synergy with that brand new Ruination Chamber, which is now expanding with a few more options to bring into play.
You segue beautifully into great new Reclusian models.
Because of this new kit, you can now have a great variety. You could actually field just a Ruination Chamber.
Well, especially with some of the models we're talking about and will continue to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, the Ruination Chamber is really being fleshed out as you know, a really fully fledged chamber with interesting synergies within it, interesting abilities, and you know, the Reclusians form one of the core elite units.
That's our They're your rank and file.
Yeah.
The Ruination Chamber, but each one of them is
pretty elite level.
Really high elite warrior. And they come with the Memorians. Those are almost like their squires who are there to remind them of what it is to be human.
Such a great image, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. It gives great scale. You can see just how big and powerful a Stormcast is.
You know, one of the common threads that'll apply to all of the Ruination Chamber units is that incredible resistance, right? They've been through so much. They've been reforged so many times. times. They're going into just the absolute worst, most devastating, most deadly places. Whether it's enemy spells or prayers or abilities or debuffs or different things, they kind of have this ability, unlike any other units in the game, to kind of shrug that off and keep going.
It's a really nice point of the lore and the rules on the tabletop sort of coinciding to give you the right feel. That sounds awesome. Talking perhaps at the other end of the Stormcast spectrum, we've got a new Lord Celestant, fantastic new miniature with great new options.
Core infantry commander, really works well, can fight back to back with different units, opens up a lot of builds, and it's just a great option for that kind of general on foot archetype to go in and lead your forces.
I love it. Whenever I play with my Stormcast Eternal army, I see myself as the Lord Celestant in the ranks. So,
absolutely, yeah.
It's an important part
the general
for me
is you on the battlefield, right?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's
it's a beautiful kit as well. And as you said, lots of fun options, and you kind of just customize it to really make your own Lord Celestant.
That's fantastic. Speaking of sort of characters and things that have existed around since that first iteration, I remember learning way back in time about Torglug, and he's been on a journey, and we now have Taunus the Redeemed. Just an incredible looking miniature. What can you tell us about Taunus?
So Taunus is a really interesting character because, as you say, it comes from early
this Realm
is
probably,
games. Really.
This Stormcast
we got to know. His backstory, as you intimated, Torglug, once upon a time, was as a farmer, he was defending his village against Nurgle. And he fought so hard and he held out for so long that eventually Nurgle got him. But he was redeemed by Galmaraz, so there was still a bit of goodness in him. They reforged that into Taunus the Redeemed. We've seen his character evolve even more, and he is now a leader of the Ruination Chamber. He's put aside his personal vendettas for the good of his brothers, and he's become a Knight of Zeros. He takes the light of Sigmar to guide the lost. So he's had a really interesting story arc, that guy.
I'm all about a good redemption arc, just a fantastic journey. The kit doesn't just make Taunus the Redeemed, though, it also makes a standard Knight of Zeros, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. The standard Knight of Zeros has a little bit more synergy directly with the prosecutors, kind of flying in, supporting them with that wing. So both really fun options. Nice. I love I love Taunus's whole arc, and just seeing that realized on the tabletop is really fun.
So obviously Taunus and the Knight of Zeros, they can get around nice and quick, but my experience of my Stormcast Eternal army is a little bit slower on their feet. That's where the Stormreach portal comes in, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a complete building. It's in that Azerite Art Deco style. It's a massive, great, powerful thing. And this has been built by the Stormcast and their aides, the Memorians, to essentially act as a kind of a battery of storm power. That enables them to get, essentially teleport, really, in blurs of lightning.
So what the Stormreach portal opens up, kind of for
everything
the first time,
teleport.
is having that option to hold some of your troops back, defend that home territory, and then go through that portal in order to deep strike deep into the battlefield later on in the game.
The game has a lot of movement aspects to it, claiming objectives.
And we're going to ignore them by teleporting.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Oh, that's awesome. So the showstopper for this set of Stormcast Eternal releases has to be Iridan the Witness. Can you fill us in on what they're about?
This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, this is the first Stormcast to ever take another Stormcast life, which is obviously a huge deal. They couldn't stand to see their brother-in-arms suffer anymore, and that poor unfortunate was pleading for an end, and Iridan gave it to them with essentially a magic axe. And that has given them the gift of oblivion. Now, Sigmar wanted an answer as to why that happened, and Iridan ended up talking to Sigmar himself about this and pleaded their case so eloquently and so well that actually it is now a formally recognised thing that can happen in the Ruination Chambers, and the Order of the Lord Terminos has come to be as a result of Iridan. They keep the memories and the sagas and the war histories of all those that they have to end. They're very responsible. This happens very rarely. But in a way, they are a moral compass for the Ruination Chambers. And naturally, they bring vengeance to chaos on their great Morgriff as well, striking like a bolt from the blue. So we've got a really great active character joining the Storm hosts in this point.
That's bleak and awesome. Now, the kit has a separate component, right?
Yeah, and absolutely. So you can also build this kit as a Lord Vigilant on Morgriff as well. And that gives you two really different kind of roles on the battlefield.
Mask a little more.
The Lord Vigilant, as with the Lord Vigilant in the Skaventide starter set, this time with a much bigger mount, is your kind of classic commander for your Ruination Chamber. Also, formidable fighter and a lot of speed with the Morgriff going around the battlefield. Whereas, Iridan the Witness is a priest, first of all, as we talked about, always a kind of useful archetype. Really,
I want to see someone painted as a parrot, though.
Abilities that they can use, and has more of a support role for the army as a whole, while being certainly no slouch in combat.
Awesome. That sounds just incredible. Well, look, it's been amazing having you guys come and sort of fill me in and everybody here in on all of these outstanding new Stormcast Eternal releases. Thank you for coming. Coming up next, we'll be joined by Ben from the Warhammer Age of Sigmar team to talk about the future roadmap.
All right.
So, Ben, it's obviously been a really big year for Age of Sigmar. What are the highlights been for you throughout the year?
I think the highlights for me is the Dawnbringer Crusade.
Would you guys be cool if we knocked out
those build-up books that took us into Skaven Tide and the brand new edition? And in particular, personally for me, Spearhead. It's such a great format of the game, and it's been so well received by everybody.
I'm watching on the screen.
We'll jump back into all of my gaming groups. Yeah.
I've just come back from a weekend with friends where we played 10 games over a Saturday and a Sunday.
Keep all this stuff in mind.
What's your Spearhead of choice?
I don't want to miss anything.
I don't have a single one. I have a few that I play. So I've just booked into an event actually where you can bring 5 different ones and play 5 games throughout the event and then aggregate your scores. Yeah,
that's awesome. I can't stop looking at the Gloomspite Gits at the moment.
They're a lot of fun because they've got a bit of everything. They've got some infantry, some heavy guys with the rut guts, and then they've got the speed with the Boingrots as well.
I've never painted like Gits en masse either.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I feel like it's luring. Anyway. I know you've been hard at work, you and your team, working on lots of stuff for Battle Tomes. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Battle Tomes was a really big project within the studio.
What Battle Tome are we getting
We've tried
first?
to look at them from
Obviously,
front to back,
Stormcast
to make them visually different. A lot more content in there from a background and a rules point of view, from photography as well. Worked really hard to make them really exciting, and hopefully they make you feel like it's the first book you've ever bought. That feeling that you get back again.
It sounds awesome. So not just visual, but there's going to be new lore and new rules and things as well.
Yeah, so there's new lore. Obviously, the Age of Sigmar storyline progresses on. We tell you new things that have happened since the Skaven Tide and the Vermin Doom, and how that has impacted particularly Skaven and obviously Stormcast Eternals, but also lots of little new nuggets based on all the new miniatures as well.
Sounds incredible. Thank you. So we've talked a little bit about Skaven and about the Stormcast Eternals. What does the rest of 2024 look like?
Oh, so it's packed.
Here we go.
So we've got a new Chaos Battle Tome on the way. And a new narrative book as well, which is very much like the General's Handbook, but for narrative play. Awesome. So a must buy, I think, for people.
So you're looking to sort of have those really thematic games that link together. That's right. The one for you.
Yeah.
Chaos
outstanding.
First. Here
so
for it.
That's 2024. Obviously, 2025 is rushing in on us. What can you tell us about a glimpse of the future?
By the end, but.
More battle tomes, more spearheads, starting with destruction and then death. So the fans of those Grand Alliances have got a lot to look forward to.
Awesome, that sounds great. Well, thank you so much for hanging around and sort of filling us in on like a roadmap for the future. That's awesome. The rest of you don't go anywhere.
Give me a graphic?
We'll be right back. Warhammer 40,000 beckons.
He just told us what's going to happen. He didn't have a graphic prepared, guys.
We're joined now by Stu from the Warhammer 40,000 studio team. Stu's here to tell us a little bit about the Warhammer 40,000 roadmap for the future and talk a little bit about what's happened so far this year. Welcome, Stu. Thank you for joining us.
It's always a pleasure.
Looking back at the year so far, it's been an amazing year for Warhammer 40,000. What are the highlights?
So there's so many to choose from, isn't there?
Right.
So I think we're about 8 codexes this year, I think.
Been a busy time.
Yeah, it certainly has. The Dark Angels.
The best of all of the codexes.
Yep, I thought you might say that. a little bit biased. Chaos Space Marines, we've had the Gene Stealer Cults, Sisters of Battle, Depths Custodes, Orcs, actually the best faction in 40k.
But at least they're green.
They are green, so loads of really, really fun stuff. And we've got plenty more to come. We've also had a couple of things for narrative play. We've had the Pariah Nexus Crusade book, which has been really fun as well. An opportunity to go back and see what the Silent King's been up to in that part of the 40k universe.
Yeah, fantastic. Building out that war zone and giving people something to sort of sink their teeth into from a campaign and narrative perspective is great.
Yeah, we also then picked that up with the latest match play mission deck as well, also set in the Pariah Nexus. It's been really good fun kind of exploring different bits of the kind of 40k universe through the different lenses.
Fantastic. So that's sort of the year that's been. What about the end of 2024? What can we expect to see?
Yeah, so I think Blood Angels. Right. So the second best Angels, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they get their time in the sun between now and Christmas. Lots of really exciting new releases for them. And then it really kicks off in the new year with all kinds of exciting things.
So before we dive into the new year, one of the things I've always loved about the Blood Angels is they just look incredible, right? I think from a visual perspective, maybe the most attractive Warhammer 40,000 army there is, and there's incredible releases sort of coming out alongside this. What's exciting about the Blood Angels for you in this release?
Yeah, so I think one of the really, really cool things, you touched on it there a little bit, they're really visually striking, aren't they? With like the red, the black and gold, the three kind of different ways, I guess, of showing the Blood Angels. So we've got a bunch of stuff that's kind of Death Company themed. We've got the sanguinary stuff as well in the gold armour. So just really visually striking.
I feel like
return of some really favourite characters.
They look good, guys.
The miniatures team have done a fantastic job bringing those kind of really beloved characters to life in a new way. So that's going to be very exciting.
Awesome. So that sees us through to the end of the year. A little bit of a tease about what comes further down the road?
Yeah, so we start off the new year with Astra Militarum.
Wow, okay.
With the Death Corps. So obviously people have seen the infantry unit that was released via Kill Team.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get to round that out with a full Death Corps release, which will be super exciting.
That's going to be amazing.
Really, really good. Yeah, I think they're like a fan favourite regiment. I think most people have like a favourite Astra Militarum regiment. We know that the Death Corps are really popular, so that'll be very exciting.
They're just lying.
We're going to follow that up with some Eldari launches.
Science is no one's favourite.
Really rounding out some of the Aspect Warriors.
I don't care if you say it.
With some new sculpts for those, which is really cool.
You say it doesn't mean
and
it's
then some really exciting stuff on the horizon after that. For the Forces of Chaos.
Sounds incredible. What a brilliant way to sort of finish off 2024 and then kick off 2025 with an enormous bang.
For sure. I mean, Astra Militarum and Eldari, two of the probably the most popular factions in 40k.
Does sound interesting,
really good start to next year.
I would like to see the
things that people can be really excited about. But
yes.
That's really great to have you come and join us and tell us a little bit about the future and sort of flesh out that roadmap for us, Stu. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
As for the rest of you, stay right there. We're going to come back with news from the Age of Darkness and the Horus Heresy.
All right, here we go. Hey guys, we're finally releasing pistols. Now you can use pistols for your basic
Now it is my pleasure to welcome Andy Hall, Lord of the Horus Heresy from the Warhammer studio team who deals with the Age of Darkness and Legions Imperialis. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Adam. It's good to see you again.
Yeah, pleasure. It's really nice to have you here. Yeah. It has been an amazing couple of years for the Horus Heresy setting. We saw the Age of Darkness launch. It was about 2 years ago now, right?
Summer 22.
Wow. Yeah. What a time has flown by. And what's that been like for you and your team?
Shields.
It's been a crazy ride, obviously. So we came out of the gate with a big box set with loads of cool stuff in it. We did new Mark 6 Space Marines.
Painted a lot of those.
I've painted many of them myself.
We
did upgrade sets to turn them into heavy support squads, special weapons squads, all of that sort of thing. Veteran squads, you can make loads of stuff out of all of those upgrades. We came out with loads of tanks because we already had the designs in resin, so the same designers got to make them again in plastic, which is why we had so many of those. And then since then, we've brought out Mark 6 Assault Marines. And then, the really exciting thing, we get to expand into
I'm actually
more
curious if they'll say they're going to make some new armor marks. That'd be really cool.
First wave of Solar Auxilia, more of those coming down the line. And then
no complaints from here, even though I don't play
them. Next big new faction.
Great lines.
Yeah, and that's sort of happening right now, isn't it? We're seeing the first of the Mechanicum in plastic.
That's absolutely right. So initially, we're taking that dive into Space Marines, giving people a really good selection so they can start their journey in plastic. And then we decided to broaden that offering because the more factions you have in the game, the more people you can draw into it, the more variety you can get.
The more excuses you have to buy cool new stuff.
Exactly.
The lure is quite strong, and from a narrative point of view, the Mechanicum offers something quite rich. You know, you've got the Martian Civil War playing out, right?
That's right. You've got a completely different type of army to Space Marines with the Mechanicum.
Great, honestly. I don't think
we sometimes like to sort of compare them to
kind of
fantasy tropes, if you like. The Mechanicum, we very much think of like a sort of undead army.
I actually really like
You've got these very sort of arcane, mysterious characters ruling it, and they're a little bit like necromancers, raising up the hordes of dry or wet undead.
Yeah, there's something really disturbing about the Horus Heresy box. You can see that sort of connection to them. Are they properly alive anymore?
Yeah. Particularly because you've got different troop types within that army. So you can have hordes of tech thralls, for example, if you want to go for that shambling zombie horde style army, or you can have lots of robots, lots of automata from more of a sort of dry undead sort of feel. But the Magi are always these characters that are coordinating the whole thing. They're using their cybertheurgic spells essentially to sort of control them and focus them in battle. So it plays completely differently to a Space Marine army, but it also offers lots of different play styles. You can go for hordes, you can go for elites, you can go for big constructs, heavy weapons, the whole lot.
That's a really lovely addition to the Age of Darkness and something sort of exciting for collectors to sink their teeth into. So that's happening now.
Yep.
People probably can see them, in their local Warhammer stores or hobby centres. What's next on the horizon for the Horus Heresy setting, be that Age of Darkness or Legions Imperialis?
So specifically for Age of Darkness, first of all, we will carry on our journey into the core Space Marine range. There'll be plenty more coming out for that. Hopefully quite soon there'll be a melee weapon set.
Oh my god, Tim, they're fucking mocking us.
Mentioned in some raid maps in the past. We're probably almost ready to show those, I'd have thought. Much awaited. Yeah. There'll be more Space Marine stuff, more core Space Marine stuff.
But no Salamander characters can screw
We'll start
them.
diving into the individual legions in plastic as well, but for the foreseeable future, it's still the core stuff because there's an awful lot there to do. There'll be subsequent waves of Solar Auxilia and of Mechanicum as well, so we'll carry on broadening each of those factions for a little while yet.
That's incredible. It feels like you're sort of just getting started, really.
It's quite funny, after 12 years or so of doing the Age of Darkness setting previously with Forge World and then a couple of years doing it in the plastic range, it's just starting to mature, really. So yeah, and when we get into the Legion-specific stuff down the line, that will be
just starting to mature, which is why we haven't released Power Swords yet.
That sounds amazing. What can you tell us about future releases for Legions Imperialis?
Legions Imperialis is a great range because it's all plastic, and most of it is drawing off of vehicles and unit types that we already know about for the Age of Darkness game. So it's definitely our ambition long-term that anything that we make for the full-scale Age of Darkness game, we would also make at epic scale for the Legions Imperialis game. That gives us an enormous amount of stuff to explore, so we're likely to be doing that for many years yet. There's a huge amount to do. We came out the gate with a core Space Marine and a Solar Auxilia range, so obviously we want to carry on expanding that, but there's other factions to explore. There's Mechanicum, there's Custodes, there's Sisters of Silence, there's a whole load of stuff that we could do in the future as we come to it, but it's a big job of work initially to fill out the Space Marine range and the Solar Auxilia range, so that's what we're doing for the next few years.
Twitch chat, they are brutal.
That sounds great. Well, look, it's been lovely having you come and join us and sort of inform us on what's happened and is happening for the future of the Age of Darkness and Legions Imperialis. Thank you, Andy.
Toilets.
Up next, we're going to the World of Legend with the Warhammer Old World team.
All right, Old World team. Here's some shit you already have. If you can dig out the closet.
I'm joined now by Dan from the Warhammer Old World team. Dan's part of the group that write all of the rules and the lore for the Old World game. It's lovely to have you with us.
Thanks for having me, Adam.
My pleasure.
This guy
it's been
works
an amazing
on the Old World
year
team. It
for
showed up in a
Warhammer
40K
Old World.
shirt.
We've seen this renaissance of a system and a setting that I particularly love. How have you found it so far?
It's been wonderful to welcome everybody back to the World of Legend. It's one of our most sort of beloved IPs, and it's something that we as a team have really enjoyed delving back into.
I know,
yeah, absolutely. So since sort of it returned, what have we seen so far? What have people been able to get involved with?
So we've seen the release of the core game, and alongside that we had our launch boxes for the Bretonnians and the Tomb Kings, which went out really well. They were very popular and people were really excited by the content. We followed that up with the Orc and Goblin Tribes, the Arcane Journal format, and again, the content in there people seem to be really resonating with, so we're happy with how that's been going. And then we just most recently had the Dwarven Mountain Holds return.
For me, I'm super excited by those. Some of the miniatures in the Warhammer Dwarfs range
it's really
are amongst my
interesting seeing
favourites.
these
They were actually the
repainted
first
in
miniatures
like a new
I ever bought
style.
from
They really,
Games Workshop way back in the day. A tiny little Adam with hair and no beard,
that's fantastic.
wandering into a Games Workshop store to buy Dwarfs. So delightful to see.
Now, but they can make
what have you been doing yourself? Come on, have you dipped your toe in? What's your army of choice?
Absolutely. I mean, when you work at Games Workshop and at Warhammer World especially, it's hard not to. So I've been building up an Orc and Goblin Tribes army, yes. Lots of bits for a nomadic war in particular. I just love the idea of these orcs and goblins mounting up and racing off to go and raid and pillage Bretonnian farms and places in the Border Princes and then racing off again with all their loot.
Those turnip farmers don't know what's coming.
They really don't.
I love it. That sounds amazing. So we've had lots of great stuff in 2024 already. What can we expect to see before the end of the year?
Well, hot on the heels of the Dwarf launch, we have the Warriors of Chaos making their return to the Old World.
Awesome.
We're in an interesting time period in the setting at the moment where Chaos has been waning in power a little bit, but with the rise of a certain Ever-Chosen and that doom approaching, Chaos is on the rise again, and we begin to cover that in the Chaos Arcane Journal.
That's very exciting. We're on the approach from a historical point of view to a very exciting time within Warhammer's sort of setting and chronology, aren't we?
Absolutely. The Siege of Prague and the battles around Kislev mark some of the most important points in this period. But we've got a lot of distance to cover before we reach that climactic battle.
It's a way off yet, but you can see it distantly on the horizon.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I say, we've got so many events to cover, and as anybody who's been following the narrative in the Arcane Journals will see that we've been sort of jumping all over the place and really enjoying the sandpit of this time period we have to look at.
That's really exciting. Yeah. So Chaos Warriors in 2024. If we look a little bit further out, sort of beyond the horizon, as it were, what can you tell us about what the future holds?
Well, it would be improper, really, for us to follow the Warriors of Chaos with anything other than the Empire of Man.
You did say it was.
The two have been classic foes for as long as Warhammer has been around. So, again, it just made absolute sense for the Empire to follow up.
That sounds so exciting. The old world setting just continues to add something new to a system that so many of us love and enjoy. It's been really exciting having you come and join us, Dan. Thanks for taking the time. Some amazing stuff from the studios about Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, the Age of Darkness and the Old World. But we've also got loads on the way for our other systems. Necromunda. Hive Secundus took us underground with the terrifying Genestealer cults. Expect to see another faction release this year, and further into the future, we'll be looking at other factions to add. Kill Team. The big news is Hivestorm, the new edition of Kill Team.
Man, I hope they add
We're looking forward to seeing people get hold of the new rules. Going into the new year, we'll continue to release kill teams and box sets to add more scenery and locations to your games. Underworlds. Plenty happening here. Before the end of 2024, you'll see new warbands being released. And in 2025, we'll continue to build up those factions. Warcry. We've just released Briar and Bone, which we know the community were waiting to get their hands on.
These are cool.
Blood Bowl. This year has seen some great teams released, including our favourites, the Gnomes. Everybody loves a badger. Oh. We've also just revealed the Chaos Dwarf team coming to Blood Bowl very soon.
Yes, exactly. And the rest.
In 2025.
Very much that energy.
We've got time for one more reveal, and it's something very precious that I'm incredibly excited about, and I hope you will be too. Before I leave you, remember, if you want to stay up to date with the latest Warhammer news, head over to warhammercommunity.com.
What is this? Is it Chaos Dwarfs? Is it Emperor's Children?
Let's see that extra
oh, why are ads coming now?
Reveal.
All right. I mean, we'll watch it. Oh. What a... All right. You know, it's a cool. It's fine. It's a fine model. Cool. Great. Yeah. Thanks. You're not a god on a good one. All right. Let's hit this bingo real quick. After this, we're gonna hit up the. We're gonna go check on the. What do you call it? We're going to go check Warhammer community in a second. Once this is over, though. I'm just going to close this real quick, y'all. All right. Let's hit it. All right. Didn't see that coming. I'm going to say Chaos Dwarves. We're going to get a 2 for Chaos Dwarves. Didn't see that coming. There. Oops. Chaos Dwarves. Where's Chaos Dwarves? All right. I mean, that was kind of a technicality. So we're going to go there. Let's see. That's a big mouse, huh? And no Emperor's Children, no Lightning Geist, no Blood Bowl, no Stormcast Eternal. I'm getting that. I feel like some people were reeled down with those, some of those Blood Bowl things, which is weird. I feel like Blood Bowl is kind of carrying, actually. Surprise question, as if this wasn't scripted. Actually, no, they didn't. No unicorns. Swing and a miss. The end of the stream. The Lord of the Rings swing and a miss. All right. Stormcast playing as a Space Marine. Yeah, we definitely got that. We got that on multiples, actually. We got a Chaplain, and we got... there's one other thing that looked like a Space Marine. But definitely the Chaplain for sure. Stormcast steal from Chaos again. I'm going to say yes, they stole our mace. That's our weapon. Stop stealing. It's not very nice. No mention of Space Marine 2. We definitely got Stormcast terrain. There we go. So look, sorry y'all, no bingo today. You're right, the old world, no release date. You're right. That should have been no release date. Oh, we're so close. All right, y'all, here's our bingo card. Unfortunately, it's going to be no bingo for us. I'm trying to see if there's any way we could cheat. No, afraid not. Well, that was good. All right, let's go check out. This here. Let's go check out Warhammer Community so we can actually look at the models real quick. We're gonna go Stormcast stuff. I'm feeling Stormcasty. Yeah, baby. Listen, this is awesome. This was my model of the show, I think. It's just so good. I like this version more, especially with the mask. I like the dark colored as well. Oh, thank you, the old right, Umi. Thank you for the old got no release date, and just Jupiter. Thank you for the membership. Yeah, Lab Mandrill actually too. Thank you. This is cool. I don't know how I feel about the smoke coming off the axe. I think it's cool conceptually, but I can take it or leave it. I really like the chainmail hood too. That's awesome. I'm gonna say very good. Not quite model of the year territory, but quite good. Oh, dude, look at that profile. That is sick. Honestly, it looks like a roach, but it's cool nonetheless. Oh, thank you, Umi, for the 5 Hobby Collab members. You guys are killing it today. Thanks. Appreciate it. Support helps us keep the channel alive. Make sure we can keep doing these shows so we can get shit on by Lord of the Rings at the end. Digging the spear. I am digging the spear, but I think the axe is better without the fire. More griff. Yeah, that's cool. Well painted. Again, I want to see one of these in like a parrot or like a parakeet. That'd be pretty sick. Let's see, it's looking for any small details here. No, it just looks great. Frankly. Here we go. This is fine. I'm gonna say it's pretty cool, but like nothing crazy. I do like the lion armor. They've shown that already. They've had that on their models already, so nothing crazy. Cool foot hero, whatever. This guy's sick. Look, here's your chaplain. If you just go play 40k though, honestly. Oh, dude, look at the hooded helmet right here. Oops, sorry. Look at that. Dude, that is sick. Never mind. Fully approve. Sick helmet. Although, I gotta say, it doesn't look like a helmet. It just looks like a skull, if I'm being honest. Cool. Lord Terminos. Cool. I feel like this guy's a little more bulked out than the others. He looks a lot like the animation they had. So, that's pretty cool. Reclusians. Cool. They're Blade Guard. We've already seen these, though, so... You haven't seen these, though. This is what I was talking about. They stole our maces. These are... this is a chaos thing? You need to stop. Stop stealing. Oh, look, Varangard. That's what the other thing was. Man, you can't have shit in chaos. These fucking Stormcast come and steal everything. These are great though. They look really cool. I really like the shape of the helmet on the griff there. That's sick. Oh, that's an interesting color scheme. And here we go. Here's this thing. I like the portal. I don't know if I like the little thing on the top. I could There's a lot of Stormcast stuff with this lightning iconography. A lot of I could take or leave. I don't think it's bad, but I don't know if it really adds anything. Pretty cool. I'm gonna be real with you. That's kind of like okay art. I think it's not blowing anyone away. That's better. That's definitely better, but nah. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here's an actual roadmap. Let's zoom in on this. Sorry, I gotta switch to this real fast. Okay, new edition. Destruction. The Dawnbringer Saga drew to a close, and the Skaven Blade erupted into action. The realm of fire, marking the beginning of a new chapter in Age of Sigmar. So, we are getting Spearhead Destruction, which is weird that they didn't have that out yet. So yeah, it looks like Slaves to Darkness is going to be first. Well, first after Skaven and Stormcast, which is exciting. And then Death. They don't say who, though. I mean, this is like... I mean, technically it's a roadmap, but this is not much. I mean, I could have guessed any of this. They're really loose with their what they'll pass up. All right, let's look at these dwarfs, these chaos dwarfs. This is what we all want, right? Dude, just put these in AOS. Amazing. Wait, where's the? Oh, is the bull centaur not part of the core group? Sorry, I'm gonna read this real quick. Run. I mean, dude, this just proves that like if they could do Chaos Dwarves for AOS, it would be amazing. Yeah, there we go. Come on, what's up with these EVS, Nation Hobbit, those sneaky stabbers? These are all good, but this is what I'm here for. These are so good. These bull centaurs. I wonder what size base they're on. Kind of a weird. It looks like it's on a round base. Interesting. Alright, let's see this Breathe Fire trait. Once per activation, instead of performing a block action either on its own or as part of a blitz action, this player may perform a Breathe Fire special action. When a player makes a Breathe Fire special action, they may choose one standing opposition player they are marking and roll a d6 applying a negative modifier. If the target has a strength of 5 or higher, on a 1, the player gets overeager, engulfing themselves in flame, and is immediately knocked down. On a 2 to 3, the opposition player ducks the gout of flame, and nothing happens. Alright, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know how to play Blood Bowl. I have the Blood Bowl set. I'm still learning. Tell me, is that good? It doesn't matter, because I'm gonna probably end up doing these anyway. Cool. Then we got a new issue of Spike. Alright. Overall, I'd say it's pretty good. Nothing amazing. Let's go back to that bird guy. That bird guy was so sick. Yeah. Alright. We're gonna get ready to close out the stream today, y'all. You alls. Hey, if you, here, let me go back to you. Alright, we're gonna close out for the night. I'm gonna go have some dinner. If you enjoy the stream, make sure you leave a like. If you enjoyed this, you should make sure you subscribe and come hang out with us. Again, sometime. Next time, we'll have Zach and or Meg. So, until then, see you guys next time. Bye.